And there are two really different ways of looking at reality. One is the materialist one, which is that consciousness is a product of brain biochemistry and electricity, and that is dominant in science today. The other is that the brain is a receiving apparatus for consciousness, and that consciousness is primary, maybe existed before matter, maybe organized matter into forms that are more and more able to experience themselves. I don't know. I don't think there's a way to prove one or the other. It's just that, for me, the consciousness as a primary one is more fun and makes life more interesting.
I'm sure you're familiar with Rupert Sheldrake.
Oh, yeah, he's a good friend.
Very, very interesting guy. He has an idea that everything has memory, right? He believes that this would be like the reason, I guess, why some people would not want to live in a haunted house, right? They would think that if someone was murdered in a house, that it would retain some memory of these atrocities, and that you would somehow or another interact with that if you were in that house. So, like spaces. Like, my dad is not a very... he's not a woo-woo kind of guy, but he went to Gettysburg, and he was telling me that when he was at Gettysburg, that he felt profound sadness. He's like, it just seems like it's just in the ground, like the whole area. He goes, I don't know how to describe it, but I wanted to get the fuck out of there. Like just being around this area where this battle had taken place and so many people had died. He said you could feel it. Yeah, I don't know if I buy it. I mean, but he's not the kind of guy that would...
No, right. But that's an example where somebody tells you something that's his experience. Right. I'm willing to entertain it. I have to experience it myself.
Yeah, but it also could be, like he got lucky and didn't get drafted during Vietnam, and that's probably in his head that if he did get drafted, he might have died over there, and for what reason he wouldn't have experienced this life. He wouldn't have, why? What is and then thinking about these young men that died in the same fashion for some war that didn't make any sense. Like, why the fuck are they even fighting it? Like, why is this and then having all these people die together in this one horrible battle in this one place, and he, it could have been he was playing a game on his mind, but.
Now, Joe, I want to talk to you about your language. Why the fuck do you swear so much?
I don't know.
Have you read anything about the science of swearing?
No.
Do you know that there is a science of swearing?
A science?
Yes, it's pretty interesting stuff.
Oh.
So the part of your brain that produces swear words is not the part of the brain that manages ordinary language.
Oh.
Really interesting. We have two language centers in our left frontal cortex. People that have strokes that damage them often lose language completely, but they can still swear. Oh. So swearing is coming from somewhere else. It may be coming from the right hemisphere, but it's also coming from deeper centers in the brain that connect to the limbic system and the amygdala, and that connects to the involuntary nervous system. So here's a couple interesting facts.
Okay.
Swearing is associated with sweating, increased sweating. So you should be dripping with sweat.
I haven't swear that much. I'm a comedian. I'm sure it's uncomfortable for you.
Also interesting, swearing increases pain tolerance. And there's an interesting experiment. The standard way they do pain tolerance, they have people stick their hand in a bucket of ice and water, and you see how long they can keep it there. The people who say, fuck, shit, can keep it there much longer than people who are not allowed to swear.
What about noises? What if they just go,
No, it was swearing specifically.
So they've tried noises and swearing?
Yeah,
and
so it may be,
one?
when if you're hammering a nail and hit your thumb, you use one of those words, that's a good strategy.
That's interesting because I almost always do that. If I hurt something, especially a finger. Like I slammed a finger in a car door the other day and I went, motherfucker.